Well guys, today I got some great news. So all the parts just showed up for the jet pump for the SeaDoo Speedster. So today we're going to get this thing put back together, put back on the boat, and see if this thing fires up and runs. Well, let's get started. So to start with, I went ahead and cleaned up this pump housing. Got all the oxidation and everything that was going on where the wear ring sits, got that all cleaned up. Got the surfaces where the bearings sit cleaned up. So really, we should be almost good to go to slap this thing back together. The new kit I got is from All Balls Racing, and I didn't even know that at the time, but I've actually bought their bearings and kits before and always had really good luck with them, so I was kind of happy to see that when I opened the package. Comes with basically everything you need: washer, bearing, seal, bunch of O-rings, and then, of course, the two main bearings that go on the impeller shaft. And the reason I don't have those out right now is because they're currently sitting in the freezer, getting nice and cold, so that way they'll hopefully slide into the pump a little easier. Alright guys, so I did end up just getting the bearings in. It was a bit of a pain, and I think this housing, the brass center hub portion, may be slightly messed up. But the bearings are spinning pretty freely now. Time will tell, I guess, if this rebuild job actually holds up. We might end up having to do it again soon, and in that case we may just get a new pump housing because this one just doesn't feel completely right. I think there may be something a little bit tweaked with, and this is a brand new shaft too, but I think there may be something a little bit tweaked in that center hub. But we will see. At least it is spinning now. The wear ring I had in the freezer for a couple days just because it took so long to get to this from when I got the parts. So that helped it slide in a little bit easier. I did still have to end up using this dead blow hammer just to get it knocked in all the way though. It wasn't something that I could easily press in by hand. So now we'll go ahead and take our impeller. Thread that in there. And I've heard that it's supposed to kind of make contact with the sides, and this one definitely doesn't. So we probably need a new impeller, but it is what it is for now. So I just finished getting the pump all bolted in. You guys will probably remember there was all kinds of silicone that was initially holding this pump and providing a seal there on the backside. So I did replace that with a brand new neoprene gasket, which is how it's supposed to come from the factory. And then the tube here on the backside that's on the inside of the hull that provides the cooling water, I did also do an O-ring there, so we're no longer using any silicone to actually seal anything up here. So now that I got that in there, we're going to go ahead and see if this thing will fire up. Key on, we're neutral. Go ahead and hit the starter switch. Definitely runs, guys. Sounds like it runs pretty healthy too. So that's huge progress right there. So now that I've completely smoked the place out nice and good, I guess really all we got to do now is go ahead and slap the trunk, or I guess actually that would technically be the hood since the motors are underneath there. So we'll slap that on. We got to put the reverse bucket back on here, get the steering reconnected, and then we will almost be ready to test this thing on the lake. Tomorrow's supposed to be a super nice day, so maybe we'll get to try it out then. So before I was fully ready to take this thing on the water, I decided I really wanted to check out the second jet pump because just based off how that first one was, not really trusting the second one. Kind of glad I did because I just pulled the cover off and that is all the oil that we have, and it's mostly water. A little bit spilled on the ground there, but that is it. And that cavity is of that whole entire center hub. Yeah, there was basically nothing left in there. The bearings definitely spin freely. They're a little bit, make a little bit of noise, but this should last for a bit longer anyway. We'll get some more oil put in this thing, and then maybe we'll be ready to go.